Okay, black folks, black Americans, ethnic black Americans, in order to get the reparations that we deserve, we have to get in position to give it to ourselves. Okay. We have several spots in the government. However, we need more spots in the government. We need better voting. More of our population needs to vote. And that's because that's the only way you're gonna get it. I was watching somebody talk about they won't give us. No, they're not. Okay. They're gonna study it, but they're not gonna do it. We have to do it. Okay. I'm gonna give you an example. All these centuries, okay, those who are against us have been weaseling their way in, changing policies, doing a whole bunch of other little things, voting, running for office, and things of that nature, right? The reason why they fill up city council seats, okay, mayor, state Congress, federal, all that, right? The reason they want to fill it up as much as possible is because that represents their people, right? It's just like if you notice the exit polling for this latest round of votes, okay? Black Americans voted for who they wanted, but when you look at the white vote, it's still split. Or the white vote voted far more for Republicans, okay? Because they want to be able to give themselves what they want and only what they want. With black Americans, we want our reparations, but we don't want to harm everybody else either. Okay? Because we pay into the reparations pot too. You know what I'm saying? We paid into the reparations pot for everybody else. But in order for us to get, and we don't want to harm anybody, but we are owed reparations. That's just common sense. We're owed reparations, okay? Um, so yeah, if we want to get it, we have to get in position to give it to ourselves. Okay? Because it's obvious by now, it should be obvious to everybody that they aren't going to just, here you are. They're not. They're just going to say this. We're going to study it. So my advice to the black population, the black American population, is to register to vote. Okay? All of us. But not only that, run for office. Okay? Because if you want to get something done, run for office locally, state, and federal. Okay, run for office, run for the city council seats. Why? Because that's how the money is spread. Okay, if you live in an area, and I talked about this before, if you live in an area where it seems that one community is always getting upgrades and everything and another community is not, they're never getting upgrades. There's a reason for that. Is because the city council seats, look at who's on the city council. They're the ones who are going to be like, well, we need this over here in this area, over here in this area. They can let whatever area they want to drop to despair, okay? Because they're the ones um, spreading out the money. They get to put the money where they want to put the money. Okay. The city council seat is a very important seat. You know what I'm saying? Mayor is important. All these people are very important to where you are located. So you have to start gaining more representation from the bottom up. Okay. It's not just in the federal government. The federal government is very, very important. Your state government is just as important. Okay, because you live there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be really aware of when the elections are. You can do that by looking at your sample ballot. States should have sample ballots so you can see who it is that's running and whatever before you even go vote. Look them up. Look them up. Look them up. Look up their background. Look up everything about them. Look up their past. Look up what bills or whatever they tried to pass prior. Look up where they stand. Look up their history. Look up their criminal record. Look up whatever you look up whatever you want on them. Okay, because these people are gonna be representing you. Okay, but the bottom line is, um, you want to elect people who are fair across the board. Okay, across the board. Um, but Black Americans with this whole reparations talk, don't let people tell you voting is whack. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. It does. Also, running for office does. If you want to get reparations, you have to get in the position, the power position to give yourself reparations. Period. There's no asking. There's voting for it. You People vote for who gets reparations. Okay? It's a vote. Whether it be the people who you put in office that do the voting, or they may have in smaller areas somebody say, we're going to go ahead and give reparations in a smaller area, and they'll have the public may vote for it, or some schools may vote to say, okay, we're going to give reparations to the families or whatever, blah, 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 because this has happened in certain states, but it all requires a vote. Nobody's just going to be like, okay, boom, we're going to give reparations. It's not a one-man deal, but they vote for it, okay? So you have to make sure that people are going to be representing you, okay? And that's one of the things that's been of major importance to Black Americans, to us, for a very, very long time, okay? Because number one, they snatched back everything they gave us during Reconstruction, okay? They just snatched it all back, all right? And then they kept stealing from us the whole entire time, okay? All the way to now, stealing from us the whole entire time. We have to position ourselves to get it. Period. Position ourselves to get it. It's just as simple as that.